Hello, hello, hello. My name is Agatha. My email is duniazad@gmail.com, and this is the final reading of Tarot. Probably the final reading that I'll do for my channel, but I don't know. But anyway, this is the reading for September, October, November, and December of 2024. So September, October, November, and December of 2024. There will be no readings for 2025 as far as I know. I don't know, I might change my mind, but I don't think I will. And I'm going to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and I've already laid down the cards, and it's going to be 3 choices, 1, 2, or 3. So you pick. Okay, pick 1, 2, or 3. Okay, if you picked, now I'm going to use, if you picked option number 1, let's see what are the cards. What are the cards for you? I haven't seen them. I just laid them down because it's just easier for me, okay, to make this easier. So, Self, it's a major arcana card. This is the 4 of Wands, or the 4 of Fire, and the Father. Interesting. So 2 major arcana cards, and wow, and a minor. So I'm gonna use the book. I'm sorry, but there are different there's different majors. There's more cards in this deck. So the Self, I'm gonna read from it. I don't know if you can read. Can you see it? So this card, Self. What does this? The next 4 months? How will they be for you? For those who picked option number 1. So the keywords connected with this card are I am, identity, self-realization, self-manifestation, center, peace, and acceptance. So it's about the self, It's about, knowing you. So the key phrases are to establish an unique identity, be free of definitions and labels, unlimited potential. Okay, so identity is fluid. Know who you are. Who do you wish to become? A path of expansion. Think for yourself. So the Self card, it's connected with being an individual, with being a unique person, having your own identity, and being free of labels and embracing unlimited potential. So you're expanding yourself, you're knowing yourself and expanding yourself for the next 4 months. So this is okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more from the book, not the little book. Okay, it takes courage to defy family tradition and societal expectation. Establishing an authentic self-identity is challenging, and is the most challenging task you will face, because you have to break free of the labels and definitions that others place in ourselves. Okay, it takes courage to say no. So free from labels and being fully yourself, having the courage to be fully yourself, which is really interesting because the next card is the 4 of Wands, and you see a guy, you see a person. No, it's a woman, I think. Like taking aim at another. The 4 of Wands, usually it's a house. It's not a house. It can represent a house. It's a couple, but in this deck it's different. It's someone. It feels like someone standing up for themselves. That's what it feels like. So someone is looking directly at you, the viewer, and taking aim and about to shoot. I'm thinking you're defending yourself because you have to establish your own identity. You have to have the courage to establish your own identity. Others might feel that as you're being aggressive, but no, you're defending yourself. And you have to defend yourself in such a way. You have to establish boundaries that others feel that you're attacking them. You're not. You're just being courageous. You have to be courageous to establish yourself, your own identity, and say, this is what I want, this is not what I want. Interesting, really interesting. I'm going to read from, again, the book, not the little book, but almost a little book. So where's the fire? Let's see, the fire. I never know what the fire is. Water. So fire, okay. Fire, it's the 4. The 4 of fire. So it's this one. Fire, it's fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. To me, it feels like more a Sagittarius person. So if you have something, it could be Leo, could be, if you have something, yeah. Any fire sign, Sagittarius, could be Sagittarius, but could be Aries, could be Leo. All of those, especially Leo and Aries, are connected with the self, being me, being fully yourself. So you might have a combination of those fire signs. So according to the book, this is action. The key words connected with the 4 of fire is action, concentration, focused, energy, practice, increased skill, work ethic. So the key phrases are focused mind, interesting, this is different from the traditional meaning, emotion and deliberate action, establishing a good work ethic, establishing a creative process, devote time to regular practice, be willing and prepared, focused mind, emotion, and actions applied. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something. You're doing it with discipline, or you'll be doing it for the next 4 months, and it will be something that will help you focus on your identity and expand your identity. I can do this. I had no idea that I can do this, but I'm expanding myself. It could be an artistic practice, but not necessarily. Whatever you're doing, you're focusing on it. Could be a learning something. Could even be learning, I don't know, coding. But it's helping you figuring it out who you are. And then you have the Father. Number 5, which is the Pope in traditional decks. Here it probably is the Emperor. I'm thinking that the next is 4. It's interesting. The next 4 months, if you devote yourself to whatever practice it is, I don't know what it is. I said artistic, but I also mentioned coding, but it could be any other type of thing. You will expand yourself, not only in terms of your inner identity, you will expand yourself in the world outside, and others will see you as an expert of something. Because Father is very... The 5, it's very masculine. By the way, fire is also very masculine. You will develop something that will be of value on the outside world. That will make you more valuable. Understand? Could be a skill that will make you, that will allow you to make more money. Or others will see you're an expert, but you're like really carving boundaries around you so you can devote your time to this skill. So let's see the Father. Number 5. Number 5 in traditional decks is also the Pope, which is also authority. Worldly authority and outwardly authority. But I'm going to read from the little book, and it's not big though, it's like big. The keywords are fatherhood, leadership and authority, yes, protection, responsibility, guidance, support, compassion, and control. You're controlling yourself. You've decided, I'm this, I'm going to develop something. For that I will need control and discipline, and I will achieve more authority on the outer world. So a time for decisive action. Yeah, you might even have some sort of certificate because of this. You're preparing for something that will give you like a certificate that might allow you to do more things in terms of work. I have this certificate. I study hard for 4 months. Could be anything connected. I don't know. Just from the top of my head, I'm just thinking, I don't know, Cisco certification. I have no idea. Could be a man and a woman, doesn't matter. But this is a very masculine sort of energy. And because of you have a certificate, you'll expand what you can do outside in the world. You might even be able to make more money. Yeah, more autonomy. So this is the strong, confident man. A man of action. I don't know, but you're developing authority. There's something in it. Your life is, if you discipline yourself in something, you'll get the reward. Okay? Now I'm going to go to option number 2. Option number 2, I haven't seen the cards, I'm going to see them now. So option number 2, you have the 9 of, I think it's the 9 of air, which is the 9 of swords. Ooh, the 8, the 8 of swords, so the 9 of air again. Oh, and the 12 of all swords, the scribe. You're very much in your head. There's coldness here. I'm going to read from the book, because I haven't read in a very long time. Okay, let's see. Air. I have to go fire, no, air. Okay. The 9 of air. Reminds me of a song. Na 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 no air. You know that song? With Jordan something, I think. 9 of air. So I'm gonna read the keywords. It's self-awareness. Yeah, you're very much in your head. Self-awareness, universal consciousness, insight, vision, imagination, fantasy, creativity. The 9 of Swords usually doesn't have these connotations. In the traditional decks, they're very much, you are in your head, and it's like you have too many worries and you can't sleep at night because you worry so much. The creator of this deck made it different. Okay, so here is open to possibilities. Possibilities are infinite. Yeah, you're very much in your head. You're making plans, but you're not taking action. Know thyself and know the universe. All that exists was first imagined. Fantasy is the birthplace of reality. Imagine your fears away. Yeah, you can try to turn your thoughts into positive thoughts. If you're thinking negativity, you can turn it around. If you can't stop thinking, start imagining good things. So you can use the power of your thoughts and imagination to literally manifest that which you want into your life. So I'm going to read a little bit. So this represents imagination in our connection to the universal mind. It's very important that you know yourself. Okay. So there's universes within us. What if we looked within and discovered that within the realms of our minds we create new worlds and realities with our belief? Yeah, if you choose to believe in something, believe in something positive, okay? Because that's the way to get out of it. Interesting, she turned this around, the meaning. Now, the 8 of Swords, usually it's not a very good card in traditional decks. I'm going to read from the book. So it's the ego, truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned, and memory. Ego does not always tell the truth. Effects will follow cause. Admit you made a mistake. Memory is imperfect. We all make mistakes, and consequences are inescapable. I don't know about that one. Okay, so our ego is in part our identity, and it's driven by our instincts and base desires and constrained by culture and society. If our ego is wounded, we have been taught to fear, the defense mechanisms employed might be detrimental to good health. You're very much in your head. You might be having lots and lots of negative thoughts. during the next 4 months. Also, cognitive dissonance is a conflict that arises when an individual attempts to hold on to two conflicting beliefs or ideas at the same time. And because this conflict can give rise to mental, emotional, and physical discomfort. So the advice is to accept reality and make changes in your life. So, I don't know, you're going to be in denial about something. And this is a lot about air. Air is represented by swords. I could say more, but YouTube would like to delete this video. Swords, something that cuts. Do you understand? Something that cuts, something that perforates the skin, for instance. There's a lot of people that are realizing they made a mistake. They made that mistake twice, they made that mistake even 3 times with something that is cutting. And they're very much in their head, very worried, hating themselves. I really hope that's not the case, and just wishing they could go back in time and not do this, not do that. But, you know, things are as they are. And you have to accept reality as it is. This could be a possibility, or could be any other type of thing. You made a mistake in the past, and you're like thinking about that mistake. Could be even, for instance, in terms of relationships. So, and there might be consequences to that mistake. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you an example. Don't be mad at me. You met someone online. You fell in love with that person or that online persona. You sent money to that person. That person wasn't real. It was just a scheme. You send a lot of money to them. You're kicking yourself because how could I have been so stupid? You know, that's the consequence. You know, that now I don't have money for this or for that. That's the consequence. Or you could have met someone online, but you've met them in real person. It's not someone, it's not some scheme from another country, another ocean even, another country separated from your country by an ocean. It's not that. It could be an actual person. You meet this person, you fell in love with him or her, and move in together, and then they ask you to, can you buy me a car? Can you give me a credit card? Can you sign me a credit for this or that? And then the consequences would be you're stuck with loans for a very long time and you don't have money, stuff like this. And you're kicking yourself, and you're very much, you know, in your head. But try to, like I said before, change the negative into positive, because you can recreate and create literally worlds in your brain, in your head. Just create something new, even if it's a lie. Just live it as if it's true. I'm so glad I have this money in my bank account, that all that debt was just paid for, it disappeared. Just instead of relentlessly thinking negative thoughts, substitute them with positive thoughts. Now the last one is the scribe. Okay, let's see if I can find it. The scribe, which is the number, just a moment, number 12, I think. Yeah, I think it's like the knight of yeah, it's like the knight of swords. So this is the scribe. So this is like the Knight of Swords, the traditional meanings, but I'm going to read from the book. So it's the record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, okay, preservation, censorship. Key phrases: look for an unbiased source, to be objective, seek multiple perspectives. This is an advice. Value the written word by writing things down. You can manifest things by writing things down. Document your life. You know, can make a journal. If you can't, you know, to force yourself to think positively. Guard your personal information. Make multiple copies of the digital files. So this is the record keeper. But I think you're gonna be smart. You will, these things that might happen or have happened will make you smarter. Will make you find different ways of dealing with bad things that come your way. So the keeper of all knowledge and information about past, present, and future. You might be writing a story about this for you to understand how this could have happened. You know, you might be keeping a journal. So this is a smart person. Okay, now this could be trying to disconnect from your emotional state if it's difficult, and going more towards your rationality and your intellectual in order to deal with something which is difficult to deal with. You're smarten up. You're going to be smart about this. You're going to get information in order to deal with this, whatever it is. So you're going to be objective, emotional, dispassionate, I would say. And you're going to act upon knowledge you're going to receive. So there's like an importance of documenting things. Document things in order for you to defend yourself. You know, it's going to be, well, it's going to end up being good. Okay? So the next one is the third choice, and you have the Four of Earth. The King of Water, interesting. And the number 4, the Mother. Okay, it's the King and the Mother. I'm going to read from the books. All of this seems to be different. It's really interesting. All of the readings seem to be very different. No, it's the 5. I'm sorry, it's the 5 of Earth. Not, I said 4. It's the 5 of Earth. The keywords are easy options, easy money, deception. You have to be careful with that. Unnecessary risk, addiction, blame. And the next one is the King of Water. The King of Water is like the King of Cups. The King of Cups might be a male, because it showed up as a king, from a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Water signs sometimes can be deceptive. They can manipulate your emotions. Okay? This particular one could be water, maybe Pisces or Cancer, I would say. There's a Neptune, I don't know if you can see it, there's a Neptune symbol here. You can read other people's, you can see the greed in them. Do not be blinded by your own greed. I'm sorry. Someone can see it and might want to take money from you. You have to be careful. There might be someone, a guy, who's trying to trick you. Even if he doesn't have anything in water, he can have Neptune on the first house, or Neptune really close to his sun, moon, rising sign, Venus, even Venus. So like being deceptive might be part of his nature, you know. So be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, this person might try to trick you. Okay? You have to be careful with that. So you have to be aware. You have to be aware of the devil inside. If you have some sort of addiction, there might be someone who's trying to take advantage from you by taking advantage of your addiction. You're gonna have to control yourself. This could be a con man. There could be a con man in the next 4 months. You have to be very careful with the con man. I say man because it's the king. September, October, November, and December of 2024. To be very careful with that. The last card is the Mother. Interesting. It's a major arcana card. The Mother. These are different. The major arcana cards in this deck are different from the traditional deck, traditional tarot Rider-Waite. So the keywords are unconditional love. Interesting. Intimacy, nurturing, compassion, abundance, growth, fruitfulness. Love without conditions. Encourage gifts and talent. Nurture ideas and goals. She is earthly, universe in which a cosmic soul takes on physical... Okay, she's the mother, the nurturer, the protector, the creator. So, two ways I can see this going. One, you might have a woman in your life, mother, even wife, grandmother, someone who has this type of energy, is a bit older, or has some sort of authority, who will defend you from this guy, this conniving guy, okay? This is one way of reading this, so take advice from elderly women in your family, grandmother, aunt, mother, women who know, okay? Because you might not be seeing stuff, and they know, maybe because they lived it. Another way of this card playing out is that this person is going to pretend to be in love with you. They'll offer you unconditional love. They'll have intimacy. Oh my God. Okay, I have to finish this up. They'll pretend to love you. They'll give you gifts. They'll give you nurture, just to pull the wool over your eyes, just to deceive you. Okay, you have to be very, very careful with that. Okay, so that's it. This is the reading that I have for you. I really do hope you have a great time. Bye bye.